real.
We
Okay.
could do a solid 20 minutes at this point.
Okay. Perfect.
We're at just past an hour, so
Okay.
okay.
It's like I feel like it's
I
been
know,
like 30
it went
minutes.
real fast.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like an hour to me. I wasn't even checking the time that
Yeah.
often. I only looked like a few times,
You're like, oh snap!
and
Like,
that's all of a sudden it's like 45. I was like, where did that happen? You're listening to the SpyFy After Dark podcast. All right, we're here for episode 2 of SpyFy After Dark. I'm joined by my friend Corey. Say hello.
Hello. How's it going?
Corey is a gamer, streamer, content creator, general new media enthusiast.
Very new. Super green. Super green.
So yeah, let's you want to maybe introduce yourself a little further?
Yeah. So let me see. So it's actually weird because like I say like I'm new and green, but I've actually been streaming since like 2014.
That's quite a while.
But it wasn't like I took it like a more like a hobby than like making it serious. Like I got serious about it end of 2017. So it's interesting. Like because seeing like I used to watch like the ninjas of the world back then when they were like a lot less in views, and seeing them like just snowball into like what they are today is pretty crazy. I would say I'm pretty green because like I mean I stream. I have a more accurate, like a more consistent.
Give yourself some credit. You've been doing this for a
while. I guess. I mean, we'll see. I've been doing it for a while, so I mean, I've had so many different overlays and just let me make it better. Let me make it better. Let me make it better. So, and I actually had a lot of YouTube videos, but not a decent amount. But I actually privated them all because I'm just like, this was me like super bad. Like
I know the feeling.
It's still there. Like I watch it, I was like, I cringe. I was like, I can't.
It's different stuff for me, but it's still some of my old stuff is still up.
Is it? Okay. But yeah, so my main focus right now is building the stream, and I think that's like the hardest thing to do. I'm the type of person that I have to like do a lot of research into something. Like I will.
By the way, keep in mind that the direction you talk is very important. So if you're like off this way, it doesn't catch the same way as if you're straight in.
Oh snap! I got you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think that like I'd be the type of person to just really like just research like overly before like I commit to something. And streaming is the weirdest situation because like I'm not seeing the results at the time frame that I want, but like success is preparation meets opportunity. So it just kind of depends on
it's a tough one.
It's a tough one because unlike YouTube and Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, like all those actually have like ways to be found. Like
yeah, they're a little more organic.
Twitch is you gotta work on another platform and then bring them over. It's not like
and then I think in general social media set up a system where there was a lot of organic reach in general early on and set up kind of like a false expectation this is how it's going to be in the future.
Yeah
because it's just not sustainable once you get enough people.
Yeah,
it's not possible.
Yeah, because I mean you get those like I don't know, like what kind of YouTubers do you watch?
Right now primarily Node and Corridor Crew are my two big channels.
Gotcha. What are they? I'm not sure. Heard about them. What do they do?
So Node is actually now part of Corridor.
Okay.
They used to be sort of sister channels. They all like work in the same building.
Oh, okay.
So Corridor Digital, along with Freddie W, were some of the original innovators on YouTube as far as bringing like short film type content to YouTube.
Gotcha.
And so they made like action short films with like good effects and good sound design.
Put the money in, yeah.
Which was not something you'd find on YouTube at the time. So they both blew up. They have a lot of subscribers. Freddie's gone on to do totally different things at this point. So his channel is dead-ish.
Okay.
They still put out some stuff, and they have like other projects that they've spun off.
Okay.
From this that are more active. But with Corridor, they have stuck with this internet short film thing. So that's their main channel, Corridor Digital, is these internet short films. Typically in the 3 to 8 minute range. Let's say.
Okay. So it's okay. So like, you can on a lunch break or something, you can watch 2 or 3 instead of like it's not like this big.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, they only produce them like 1 or 2 a month.
Okay.
Right. It's pretty low.
Yeah.
But this is where their other stuff comes in.
Yeah.
Now that said, they are very good.
Okay.
When they come out, they're very good.
Because I mean, they put the time into it. Like you don't want like.
Yeah.
I'd rather good ones.
They definitely make a good chunk of their money from the channel when it's a sponsored video that they make, because they'll make a video that's sponsored by someone, but it's a short film that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like an obvious sponsorship,
Okay.
So they'll do that. They make money from that. And then they have Corridor Crew. Corridor Crew is their behind the scenes vlog channel. Oh. It's literally a vlog about their crew.
The process.
And so they're like 10 people. I guess probably 12 now with Node, because they acquired Node. I'll get to Node in a second, but so they're a decent sized studio, and they basically have 2 full-time employees whose job is to produce this vlog.
Okay.
They record and edit, and they put out a video every other day.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. So that's what fills the space in.
Oh yeah.
So is it like?
And these are like average 15-minute videos.
Okay, so they're getting a full ad revenue from that. Like,
oh yeah.
Okay.
No, this is where, as far as YouTube ads go, this is where they probably make all their money.
Yeah.
Vast majority, and then they have a Patreon associated with it that makes a good chunk. Gotcha. They have a, I don't know, 1,500-ish patrons. Jeez. They don't show the dollar amount at this point, but it's probably like 5,000 or 6,000 a month.
Nice.
Maybe, which is enough to cover most of one of those employees, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, it might be a little higher.
It depends though, because
I'd be more like 7,000 or 8,000. Right?
It depends, because like, not let's not answer money, but like, so I like follow like I was like big on YouTube like 15, 16, 17 age. Philip DeFranco. I don't know if you like know him. Oh my gosh,
I didn't watch him that much, but I do know who he is, and I've seen some of his stuff.
It's like this is like
I learned about him because of SourceFed.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
They're kind of like a coexisting. Like they help each other.
Well, SourceFed's gone.
Are they?
Yeah, I actually wrote. So they closed a few years ago now.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, "What?" I was like really surprised, because it's a big channel, a lot of views. So I looked into it a little further, and ended up writing a Medium article about it.
Yeah.
Because I just looked into the numbers more, and I'm like,
"It's crazy."
Even though they're getting like 100,000 views a video or whatever, they were not making money on that. Not even close. Even when you put in merch and all that, considering the size of their crew, because they were like 40 people.
Okay, yeah.
It was big.
Yeah.
Because they're producing a news show. That's much more intricate than like a regular vlog. And they're putting in videos every day, multiple videos a day in some cases, right? Between that and SourceFed Nerd.
Okay.
So I kind of like did the math on like how much money they were probably making from YouTube. And it was pretty dire, because CPMs are like abysmal. And this article has high organic placement when you look up why did SourceFed close. So it has gotten like 5,000 reads or something from Google.
Bruh.
Over like 3 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Weirdest thing. And I just wrote it on a whim. I literally spent like a day writing this.
Dang. That's so like, geez. So like, it's like one of those situations where like, yo, how do I like?
And I wasn't even trying to get a ton of people to read it.
You're just like,
I was just like, I just saw this and was like,
let's do it.
This is kind of cool. So I just kind of wrote about it real fast.
Dang, where'd you post it to?
This is just on Medium.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
and I didn't promote it like at all. When I released it, I tweeted about it once or twice, put on Facebook once or twice. That's it. And then just eventually I was like, they send you a weekly, like your stats thing email. And I like clicked it a few weeks in. I'm like, 100 views. What?
I said, that's cool.
And I click on it and it's like going, it's like all organic. And I'm like, what? So I Google, why did SourceFed close? And I'm like the first link.
What? Yo,
so there's a bunch of people that like just see SourceFed closing and they're like, what? Why did it close? And they're clicking on my article.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, I mean, because there's not a lot of articles on it, huh? Well, I mean, there should be.
There were a few, but they were all like garbage.
One of those like
they didn't have any real information. It was just like, hey, SourceFed closed.
You ever see like those sites where it's like, oh, hey, this is like, I really want to know about this story, and then you click on it, it's like 3 sentences and then an ad, and then 3 sentences. Like,
yeah.
I hate it because like they get me all the time. Like I go through the 14 pages just to get. I was like,
ads they have really shaped the internet. Let's say
not
it's good and bad.
Yeah,
Good and bad.
Yeah. Good and bad.
It's good for general access, but it's bad for sustainability of content on the internet in general.
People get bored. Like it's just like this is a hassle. You know?
It's not just that. It's that typically when with like an ad model, you're more incentivized to produce more as opposed to higher quality.
Yeah.
And so you end up wasting people's time, and it doesn't, like, long run, they churn out faster than if you had just produced higher quality stuff that kept their attention longer.
Yeah.
Like that's one reason why I think Corridor Crew, to circle back, is so successful, or the Corridor group.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're like a multi-million-dollar company, but considering they have 12 employees, they're probably earning, $2 million a year, probably, between their businesses. Dang. Maybe 3.
They're probably like, I mean, some of these employees aren't like making like 6 figures, or they're probably making like decent, like
they're probably doing okay. I mean, it's in LA. I'll bet the founders are making 6 figures.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I'll bet their employees are making something around 70, 80-ish range.
Must be nice, dude. Like,
maybe
like doing what you love, and like, I mean, I would.
No, to be clear, they're making that not just as doing the things they do, like VFX or editing or filmmaking.
Yeah.
They're also making it as talent. So they're not getting paid any extra to be talent. Being talent is part of their job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's still a pretty sweet deal if that's what you
yeah.
like to do, but
yeah,
but
I think that like I would be content. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to make ninja money on this stream thing,
Mm-hmm.
I would be content making a decent amount where I can put away just in case like stuff fell through. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it'd leave me enough time to like get into something else. So
yeah, I mean, there's a stat that's like 70,000 is kind of like the magical number where you kind of start worrying about money.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of where it begins.
Okay.
Roughly. I've heard that before a few times.
Man, yes.
So if you were making that much money from your, in your case, like your stream or, whatever it is you do that's creative that you like.
Yeah. YouTube.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Like
but of course that's net too.
Well, yeah.
That doesn't include the cost of running your operation, which you have to factor in.
Running of my operation is pretty minimal right now.
Well, yeah, it also depends on who you are. If you're just streaming, it's pretty minimal setup. I mean, you could include like the cost of your internet, occasional computer upgrades and stuff like that, but overall,
over time, yeah. Like
versus like if you're building a digital media empire, you got to pay for your film sets, your crew that you're there who are not your employees because you got to hire extra people for the set.
Yeah.
Any extra actors. They do most of their own acting, but they do hire some extra actors every now and again. And they actually, at this point, I don't know if they've said it explicitly, but just sort of based on how their model works and the fact that I've watched probably every video on Corridor Crew, so I have kind of a pretty good idea of how
you're a raving fan over here, man. Jeez.
I don't think they make any money on their shorts unless it's a sponsored one.
Really?
Yeah. I think they probably lose money on everyone's not a sponsored short, if I were to guess. And they're making a good chunk of their money from their Corridor Crew channel and that Patreon. So that's probably fully paying for itself and then some for the 2 employees plus the percentage of time that it takes away from everyone else to be in the bits.
Yeah.
And then Node, I'll bet is pretty profitable, or relatively profitable. Actually, you know what? Corridor Crew is probably more profitable than I'm giving it credit. Now that I think about it.
I mean, because you're saying that if they like, this is the one, that's the one that was like they vlog every day about their like the process basically.
Yeah, every other day.
They probably.
They're probably making a good. Well, they also do sponsored stuff on there too. So if we like include that as part of it, because most of their videos have an additional sponsor. Squarespace or Audible or all the ones you've heard everywhere.
Squarespace, MeUndies.
Would you like some customizable templates?
That's like,
how about award-winning 100% customer service?
Grammarly.com.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Jeez,
so they do those, and I'm sure they make a good chunk from that. I'll bet Corridor Crew pays for most of the studio.
Probably.
Now that I think about it.
What do you think? Like, what are their average views?
On their short films, it's in the millions.
And then on their like daily vlogs.
And then on their vlogs, it's like
500K.
I want to say like anywhere from 2 to 500K
500.
on average. And some of them get more. Like they have a series that they started somewhat recently that blew up, which has actually led to a big growth on their channel, called VFX Artists React.
Yeah.
Where they literally react to like Hollywood VFX and like break it down, like how it was done, because that's what they do.
That's pretty cool. That's actually something I'd be like interested in.
It's
watching.
really cool,
and
cool. I'm genuinely surprised no one had done this before. But
gotta find that niche, man.
Apparently no one did, and it's very popular. It gets a lot of views.
Yeah,
and it's very good too.
Dang.
And then they've branched it out to include stuntmen react.
Oh, so it's like they're reacting to like how stuntmen do. Okay,
because they have some knowledge of stunts themselves, because they do some of their own stunts, or a lot of their own stunts, I should say. And they also have friends who are stuntmen and have worked with stuntmen, so they've like brought them in as guests to like do that.
That's crazy. Okay,
yeah.
So like, do they like reenact like the stunts? Like, do they do any of that?
No. They just break it down. They just show you like what they did.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they'll and like when they bring on a professional stuntman, they'll kind of like break down the craft behind it. It's really cool. They're really cool videos.
Dang,
I love this channel. I think it's my favorite channel on YouTube.
I can tell.
For a while, I said it was my favorite vlog. I said it was the best vlog on YouTube, which I still agree with, but I think it's also my favorite channel on YouTube.
What? You mean you're not listening to like Jake and Logan Paul every day, bro?
No. Screw lifestyle vlogs. I want to vlog about something like that people are doing.
I think
not just your trip to Bali.
Certain lifestyle vlogs are okay. Like certain ones. Like I don't like the flashy ones. I like the like. But
the thing is, it has to be such a successful vlog in order to make enough money, in order for you to do it full time and still do interesting enough things to make it an interesting vlog. So like there's like
there's an area where there's no like sweet spot.
There's a very large graveyard middle ground.
Yeah.
And then there's like a breaking point
where it's like, this guy is really amazingly rich. Like, and then it's like, that's, I don't know. I kind of hate the culture of YouTube now, because it went like YouTube back in the day when like it first like was first like the, Philip DeFranco, Shane Dawson, like where like it was quality over like, how can we clickbait you into getting a lot of views so we can get more money and then do it all over again.
Well, and see, I actually think it's coming back full circle.
Think so?
And the reason I say that is because YouTube ad money is so awful.
Yeah.
That people they're good content creators are not relying on it anymore.
Yeah.
Instead, they are building a quality channel that drives other revenue streams.
Yeah. That's what.
I'm okay with that.
That's what I got to work on. So being a streamer, like, there's sometimes you can stream for like 6 hours, get a viewer, maybe, and then maybe you'll have like one day where you like get like 20, but you can't let that go to your head, because like the very next day they might not be there. Like, it's kind of just like you're
back at zero again.
You're back at zero again. Like you have to be a certain type of person to keep the attention of somebody that they're going to give up an hour. Or I was reading all these analytics actually on Twitch. I think the average person watches 34 minutes or something. It was like some really small amount.
That seems about right though.
Of like a stream per day.
Yeah.
And so when you think of these like bigger streamers like Ninja or Tim the Tap Man or Shroud, like they're consecutively at 40,000. So I know like the average is like the average. So you'll have those like, I'm gonna watch the stream from beginning to end. But like they have to like constantly, like the 40,000 is just that average, but like the actual like unique viewer count is probably insane,
much higher.
Because like I was so that's like, so going back to like I just consume so much content when it comes to streaming and how to make my stream better and this and that. Like it's constantly like you come into my stream and like it might be a different overlay 3 different streams in a row. Just like, oh, this one was cooler. Like, now let me go back to that one. Oh, this was like, it's almost like, not like, it's almost crazy in a way. Like it's almost like I've become obsessive of it, but like, I don't know, it's kind of just like, I never had a challenge in my life towards like I didn't. This is gonna sound like pompous, but like I didn't succeed at. So it's like this is like
No, that's fair.
this is
A lot of people don't face real
challenges.
challenges,
Yeah.
you know, as they're growing up, especially if you grow up in middle class America.
Yeah. So like I mean, there's people like third world countries dying, like don't have food, you know, like so me being like, oh, my stream's not giving me the views, like how first world country problems with me to like be upset about, you know?
Yeah.
But like so it's just like one of those things where like I just like like I wouldn't do it for the money. Like even if I like don't become like big and just have like a core 10 people, I'd be fine with that. I
don't think you can do it for the money realistically.
Nah, you have, because one of those situations where if it happens, and that's cool. But like,
I have an example of someone I actually know, or I watched for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't really watch streams anymore.
Yeah.
I did for a minute. I got into it for like a solid 3 months.
3 months, okay.
And I actually tried it a few times.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool. I got a
couple
viewers here and there. It was reasonably fun, but I don't think I just didn't have what it took to do it.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like playing video games on a schedule. I don't know. It just didn't work.
It's like you just want to like, sometimes you don't want to entertain. You just want to like,
it was
do
like
your thing.
I'm playing a game to like have fun and stop thinking about stuff versus like
it's like, oh, we got 10 viewers in here. Now we got to like make sure we're paying attention to them.
And I think for me, like the quality of performance like falls off pretty hard after some amount of time. Like I can do it for like an hour, hour and a half maybe. And then after that, it's just like, ugh, you know.
It's a chore at that time. It's like, when I think that's the thing. I think there's certain personalities that fit for streaming because, like, you have to be able to entertain however large the crowd is, and then also keep up that same level of skill. So it's kind of like it's a personality. So it's more so that the people that are going into this. It's weird because it's like a 50-50, but the people that are going into this, like, I just want the money. I just want to, I want to become rich. I want to become the next ninja.
Yeah, they're all gonna burn out.
It's like, nah, like you gotta, like, I've been doing this for 5 years. It's like, that's weird to think about. Like I've been doing this for 5 years. And it's like,
that's pretty nuts.
The fact that I haven't been like, let me just put it up. Like, you have your moments where you're like, this is never gonna like, but it's like, it is what it is, I mean, I feel weird not streaming. Yeah, to that point. So I mean, there might be a time where it's like, this isn't for me anymore, but that hasn't happened yet.
Yes, the guy that I was thinking about, and I know he changed his name afterwards. He was like Taco something. I don't even remember anymore because it was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
I watched him for a minute. I found him through playing a game that had less viewers, I think.
Yeah. Oh well.
Which, if you're just trying to like hack your stream and get more viewers, is probably the best way to do it. Is
for sure.
Play one of those like mid-tier games that has like 500 watchers versus like 50,000. But so he was streaming consistently for a few years, and was at the point where he was getting like 5 to 10 ish viewers,
5 to 10, okay,
pretty regularly.
Okay,
which is like fine. I mean, honestly, it's a pretty good audience.
Yeah,
realistically, like that's manageable. You can actually respond to everyone. It's personal, depending on the game you're playing. That is, but
I don't get how it works. So I understand that like I don't get how like Ninja has like 100K and like 50,000 viewers, and it's
I think I'm pretty sure I know how he did it. So I'll get that in a second.
Well, I mean, okay, like I know how he did. Like I mean, we know how he did it, but like I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't get how it's
surely
enjoyable. Enjoyable for.
Yeah, at some point it gets kind of ridiculous.
It's just like you're just like, for like the viewers' point of view, it's like, I mean, you have high tier gameplay, that's cool. But like, if you like really want to ask this person something, and it's just like you type something in and then a second later it's gone, it's like, jeez.
Yeah, like a personality live stream with that many viewers doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Well, so anyways, this guy, someone hosted him with like 500 viewers. At one point.
Goodness gracious, okay.
It was a big jump for him. And after that, he was at like 20 to 50 viewers pretty consistently for a while.
Yeah.
And I happened to check back in on his channel years later.
Yeah.
I think probably like 2 years later. He was still streaming. To his credit.
Consistency,
still streaming.
Okay.
And he was making a little bit of money through like some kind of recurring donation, I think.
Okay.
something like that. But his viewers had dropped back down to like 5 to 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
it's
Like,
just
like you see, is this actual growth, or is it just like, it's almost like streaming. Okay, it's like streaming could be hype or just like a fad for certain people, to where like they might be like the flavor of the month or the flavor of the week, and then it's like, oh man, I'm up to like 500, 600 views. I might be able to quit my job next month. It's like,
no.
it's like, I have a set amount of money in my mind that I would want to make and have saved before like I even think about like, all right, maybe I should go part time. Then maybe this is it. Maybe I found my destiny.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's a very weird game to play, especially with like, it's so volatile. Like, you have to have consistent like cash flow coming in, so you have to have like sponsors or something. Like, you can't just be like, I don't want to say you can't depend on the viewers, because there are like people like Dan's Gaming and dudes like,
realistically, that's probably your best route at making money. The thing with sponsors is you could probably do okay because it's live and you can't skip it.
Yeah.
But with ads, like, you have to have a lot of people view it to actually make money.
Well, no, like, so there's different kind of ads. So like, there's the ones that like roll through Twitch, but then there's the ones where you where like an actual company will come out to you.
No, I mean, but even for that,
yeah, because
it's like if you have like 50 people watching you, that's it's a pretty good audience for you.
Yeah,
but from a brand's perspective, it's not that valuable.
They had, I forgot, it was something I read, but like, basically,
unless their logo's like up the whole time or something like that.
It depends, because like your viewership isn't like, you can have like a 500, and depending on like how consistent that 500 is, some like companies will see that as 5,000 because of the average. Like,
engagement certainly matters.
Yeah. So like, there's that, but it kind of just, it's one of those situations where like, you just kind of, you gotta have multiple streams of income. Like, that's what my goal is, to have multiple streams of income.
Yeah. So like, I'm just kind of getting into this content game.
Yeah.
Having a lot of, actually quite, I don't give myself enough credit. I actually have quite a bit of experience with content making.
Bro, like, this is an amazing setup. Like, my guy, like,
yeah. So not just in terms of knowledge of like what to do, but like, I've done effects for independent films and edited stuff. I took some video classes in college. I know my way around Adobe's Creative Suite, the main stuff: Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere, Audition. And then I have a creative background with game design and stuff, and I did like marketing for that. So oftentimes I don't give myself enough credit.
You need to, man. Like, I mean, you don't want to like get like full of yourself, but like, yeah.
But so I'm just getting into this, and like you were mentioning earlier, I kind of have a threshold of like what I'd have to achieve to be comfortable. Leaving my job. And in my case, it's actually harder because my job, my quote unquote plan B, is pretty good. Because it's programming.
So I mean, you're
like I make pretty good money
for life. Like,
so, and I have a very good career trajectory ahead of me if I were to stick with it. And if I really were to stick with it, I could see myself making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year in the next 10 years.
Think about this though. Like, so is it so?
But at the end of the day, that's not what it's all about. I'm just saying, like, I think it actually makes it harder when your plan B is so good.
Because
in a way, even though it gives me the resources to do stuff like drop $1,500 on audio equipment to start a podcast.
This must be nice, dude.
But at the same time, it's harder to let go of. But I have a threshold. And I would say it's probably, I'd want to give myself a whole year
of like a year of what you make now.
It's not a year of what I make now. I need a year of time to make it happen. Now that year of time is basically a year of expenses. That year of expenses could be made up of both savings as well as revenue that already exists through this that I could reasonably spend on it. But it would also have to include like 20% extra for production expenses.
Gotcha.
because of the stuff that I'd be interested in doing. Stuff like this, stuff like if I were to do like vlogging, for instance,
Yeah.
which I could see myself doing, but in my case, it wouldn't be a lifestyle vlog, more so like
This is what I do. Like,
this is what I do,
yeah.
you know, and I'm trying to build this media entertainment company, and not just in this space, but also like I have tech, you know, I work on apps.
Yeah.
A particular app at the moment, you know, and I'd be moving into games at some point, which is a passion of mine.
Yeah.
So I'd be like doing that kind of stuff and behind the scenes of that, which I think would be pretty interesting as a vlog.
I would watch it.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking about this stuff now.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a long-term timeline because there's a lot of stuff to do to make that happen.
A lot of numbers to crunch. A lot of
there's a lot of like projections. My other parts of my life have to be stable.
Yeah.
In order for me to take on more stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I already kind of am at the brim at any given time with the stuff on my plate.
Yeah.
Generally.
Gotcha.
So, I think there's a certain amount of like organization of what I've already got that I really need to do first before I dive further in.
Yeah.
But this is cool. This is, and I purposely set this pretty low. It's only once a week.
Yeah.
That's not a whole lot. It's going to take me, the first episode took me a little longer, but it's probably going to take me like
hour, 2 hours.
No, like 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
Per episode to edit it properly.
Okay, so about, give or take, you're saying about 6 hours.
Probably closer to 3, actually, if I were to guess.
3.
And that includes listening through it once.
Okay.
So the first thing I do is I listen through it and I just drop markers
on. Okay.
For various things, where the episode actually starts, in the stuff that was recorded before we started, like, is there any moment that might be worth pulling?
Yeah.
Drop a marker there. And then I try to like drop markers on the topics, even though I don't use them. I just want to get into a habit of doing that.
Okay. I got you.
Because I don't have like a video or anything to do there, but I want to get in a good habit of doing it just in case it becomes useful in the future. And it's not like it takes extra time. I just hit a button and position it. No big deal.
Okay.
And then after I listen through it, then I'll go back and I record an outro afterwards.
Okay.
So I don't do it in the podcast.
You don't? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I actually, for the last episode, I filmed or recorded the outro like 4 days later. Because I forgot to do it and I left for Prescott for the weekend.
Oh, this was okay.
And then I'll just go in and I had to mess with some levels a little bit on the first episode because I was too quiet early on, and then I got louder towards the end, so I needed to boost myself earlier.
And like drop yourself a little bit, or you kind of just even it out?
I didn't have to drop it. It was okay towards the end,
okay.
And I modulated the effects to where that was okay. So I just had to boost myself at the beginning.
Gotcha.
And I had to make a few adjustments with my guests, but it was pretty minimal. So I'll do like a pass of that, and then just edit in my intro.
Okay.
Edit in an intro clip, which from the last case was little blooper clips.
Actually, I was like, this feels like a YouTube video, but for my ears, it's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I see you, because like that first couple seconds, you're like, yo, I might have to listen to this whole thing.
Exactly. You want to give a good taste.
Yeah.
And obviously edit in the outro too.
Okay.
So it's a pretty straightforward process, and I think it's going to get pretty fast as I get good at it.
Yeah.
So overall, this is a pretty low time commitment for me.
And it's like kind of just like, getting the experience over time. You're not too like, you're not like, oh God, I got to do this long 4-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I have anything to do today? Like,
it's also, and it helps because I'm not super invested in the sense that if these podcasts only get like 50 views, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like,
I get that. Yeah.
Even if I'm 20 episodes in and I'm getting 50 views an episode, that doesn't actually bother me because I haven't put in like 12 hours to make this thing.
I'm going to make a prediction. Okay.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll make a prediction.
Okay.
I think this is going to get a lot bigger than you think it is.
Oh, I think it will get pretty big. I'm just keeping my expectations low.
I mean, you hedge your funds. Like you kind of like, let me keep my expectations low. So I feel like, oh snap, I did this instead of like getting high. And it's like, I didn't reach what I wanted it to. Yeah. But, there's like a pattern when it comes to people that like get successful. Like you see people that get successful, most of them do it for the fun, like just because they enjoy doing it. Because like people see through like, oh, I want to make money.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's like if I'm in stream like every like 10, like I think I do more time watching streams than streaming actually, just to kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
what works for this person, you know, kind of just like, you know, let me see
That's
if I can
passion.
incorporate it into my thing. I don't want to like copy and be like, you know, just roll up and like have like exact same similar intro. And it's like, no, but like it's like people that like actually enjoy what they're doing tend to be the ones that get successful, because it's like you put like, I wish like you can like clip like your setup, like you put so much time and money into this, and some people will be like, let me get like a $10 mic. I want to just spend the least amount of money and just make all this money, and then I'll just, you know, like, but you put the time and quality into this, and I'm a little jelly right now, okay? Not gonna lie, but nah, like it's funny though that you the day that you sent me the message over Facebook, like, yo, you want to do this? It's funny because I listened to this podcast. It's called Gamertag Radio.
Okay. There's
these guys out of two live in Florida, one lives in California, but like they know each other. They do a podcast every week together. And it's so crazy because like when you sent me that, I don't know if I was coming into work or getting out of work, but like I literally got out my car. I was getting out my car, going to my car. I was like, yo, you know, it'd be so cool to be on a podcast, you know, right? And literally, I kid you not, like you had sent the message already, and like I had like turned on my phone, and I'm like, oh, I got a message.
That's awesome.
It's like, yo, you want to be in a? I was like, yo, you damn right, I want to be in a podcast.
That's awesome.
It's like it's like hour drive. I don't even care. I'll be there. Like, let's do this.
That's
like,
awesome.
Because like I was like, I would like to start a podcast, but I'm like, I'm not at that point right now. I don't know. It was like. But like just being on one, just even being like a guest, like on the like a one show, it's like this is like this is super cool to me. Like
yeah,
like I'm geeking out right now, and I was like a little weird, but like, yo, this is literally like cool. Now it's legit.
Don't worry, I'm geeking out a little bit too.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was just like I was just like, bro, it'd be so great to have a podcast, but you know, I got to get all this equipment, and then like, who would I interview? And then it's like, nah, you're gonna be the interviewer.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be the interviewer. You're gonna be the interviewee. And it's like, okay.
And this is very much a passion project for me. Because at the end of the day, like, I kind of did the math. I'm like, I really like having good conversations with people.
Yeah.
And I have a fair number of friends that I think are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And have some interesting things to say.
True.
So, like, it kind of just makes sense, you know?
Like, it's yeah. Like, I mean, because, like, we've met, like, what, 2 times previous to this? 2 or 3?
2 or 3,
2 times. And I think that those conversations would have been really good for podcasts. Like, especially like RJ.
Oh, yeah, those would have been awesome.
Bro, those would have been, like, really good. Like,
our first conversation was, like, 4 hours long.
Bro, that, like, it's weird to think.
It was approaching 5 hours.
It's weird to think about that, though, because, like, when you, like, meet somebody online, and then you're just like, yo, like, me going to, like, I'm like, if this is weird, I'm going to just, like, I'll just make an excuse. But, like, when you actually have, like, a genuine person, and it's not like, I'm trying to get something out of you, you're not trying to get something out of me, it's just like, we're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
It was like 4 hours. I'm like, gosh, I was like, bro, like, how?
and for those listening, for some context, we actually met on Facebook via a group called the Digital Era
group. What's her name?
Taylor Clark.
Taylor Clark.
No, I actually went on vacation with her because I went to the Mexico one.
Oh, how was that?
It was pretty great. That's really fun,
bro. Like,
yeah,
I don't have the cash at the time, but I was like, man, I would love to do that. But
it was
next time.
It was the travel group that set it up is a MLM type setup, which I'm not 100% a fan of. But
like pyramid, or not pyramid.
I mean, they all are
kind of, yeah. So there's certain ones.
To be fair, the trip was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like a decent product. I don't really want to hate on the company.
No, I'm not
it's mixed.
I'm not going to hate on a company.
But in that case, Taylor was hosted me, so I actually didn't have to join anything. I paid her for the trip.
Yeah,
it was pretty great. It was really fun.
I mean, I saw the pictures, like, man, like, I'm so jealous right now. But it's
and that's the thing is, I didn't take any pictures.
Really?
The only pictures I took were for someone else.
Really?
Yep. And And it was really funny because everyone else was taking a ton of pictures. And people had like brought drones to take pictures. And I'm like, guys,
like, enjoy.
I just came here to fucking relax.
Enjoy.
And go to Mexico, which I've never been to before. And like swim in the ocean and like do fun stuff. I didn't come here to like capture all of it, you know? Which it's kind of a hardline stance. I probably should capture some of it, realistically. I think there's a middle ground.
Yeah. I mean,
because it's good. It's good to be able to look back on it. I think
there is a,
but these were all like, these are all kind of aspiring like travel bloggers, sort of.
So they're
like a piece of them.
This is their thing. So they want to like, you know, like, this is their thing.
It wasn't necessarily their thing. It was either their thing or it was something they liked to do.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those for most of, not everyone, but for most of them.
How many people go? One?
There were 13 of us.
13. Okay.
And then it was actually part of a larger group.
Okay. Oh, so it was like, okay.
Because the trip was organized by a larger, you know, travel company.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 50 some odd people. And then our little group was just specifically our group that all met in the same place and were going to see each other.
Yeah.
But it was a larger group technically.
But you guys kind of just like broke off from them, or you guys?
For the most part, we interacted with them, you know, a few times. Okay, a number of times.
It's pretty chill, pretty chill. How is Taylor in person?
She's cool. She was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like Taylor. She's got a good energy, you know.
Does she? Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
like she just like, is she like hyper or is she like chill, or how's it? Kind of like a mixture of both.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't describe her as hyper.
No, okay.
She's just kind of naturally relaxed, I think.
Okay. That's what's up.
Comes off that way. Or maybe that's just Mexico. I don't know.
You never know.
You know, a little bit of alcohol talking maybe, because that was part of the thing. It was all inclusive.
Oh, okay. So you just, whatever you wanted?
Yeah.
Really? That's pretty interesting. That's cool, actually.
It wasn't a cheap trip, but it wasn't too expensive either.
Yeah. Okay.
It was fair. Totally worth it, as far as I'm concerned. I didn't even drink that much because I'm not a big drinker.
I'm not either. But I think just the experience, like, you know.
Mm-hmm. I did have a mimosa for the first time though. That was delicious.
Never had a mimosa. How was that?
It's very good.
Is it? Okay.
It's very, very solid.
Okay. I might. My girlfriend's gonna be watching this. Actually, let me not say anything. But anyway, let's move on. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, but it's weird to think like.
Yeah. So we meet on Facebook, and then I don't know if I posted or if someone else posted like, "Hey, is anyone else in Phoenix?"
I think it was it Charlie? I think it was Charlie.
Could have been.
It was Charlie because because we were like all like just in the Arizona area. I was in Phoenix at the time. I'm just in Peoria now, but
Peoria, Jesus.
Yeah, no, but not because like so it's weird because like I work in Anthem, so it's like
that's even further out there, right?
I do a lot of driving. Yeah, it's like the opposite direction. So
wait, is Anthem east or west?
North.
North.
So it's like the Carefree in the 17.
Okay, so just further north up to 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
But no, so
yeah, dude, that's a lot.
I enjoy the, you know what's funny? I enjoy the drives because like I like the longer drives because like a lot of the podcasts I listen to are like 30 to 50 minutes. So it's like 30-minute drive. I get like half the podcast done, and I'm like sometimes I'm in my car parked in my driver's like in the
oh, that's the worst when you get to your location and you're like, this is not a good pausing point.
It's like, no, I didn't listen to this. And
you're like, your appointment starts in like 2 minutes, and you're like, Jesus Christ,
it's got the fucking car. It's like I gotta go to work. I can't just stay here for another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But nah, so it's like I don't know, like it's weird though, because like I started getting into podcast at my current employer right now, because like I was on the phones taking phone calls at the time, and then they switched me over to filing orders, so I didn't have to do any phones. So like the people that file orders can like
listen to shit,
have their headphones in, and like music got boring, like
it does eventually,
because like it's like
I keep going through my Spotify Discover, so I at least get new stuff.
Yeah,
and then like most of it's trash, but a good like usually 1 to 4 are worth adding to my main playlist.
Yeah, so it's like to the point where like I know what song is coming up next in which order. Like I don't know if I thought about it, I wouldn't know, but like when the song finishes, it's like, oh, this song is about to start.
Yeah,
so,
you already know. Yeah,
so
I know what you're talking about.
So I got into podcasts.
So does everyone else, by the way.
Oh, true. I got into podcasts and I started listening to a lot of Polygon stuff. On it's like a gaming.
I know Polygon.
So I started listening to like it was like called like Game Control or Crowd. It's a gaming, like basically just like review games, and they like stopped all of a sudden. Like they just stopped doing podcasts.
They're doing a bunch of stuff there.
They have a lot, like there's doing a lot of changes because like Fox Media or something like bought them or something like that.
Makes sense.
But there's the two main podcasts I listen to are Gamertag Radio and what's the other one? God, what is her name? The Polygon Show. Completely different demographic. So it's like 3 guys talking about video games versus 4, but now 3 girls because one she left the company, but it was 4, but now 3 girls like talking about video games. So it's kind of like you get like it evens it out for me.
Interesting.
I enjoy it because they each give me like 2 podcasts a week.
And
then for the most part, like Monday through Thursday, I have like stuff to listen to. Fridays is kind of just like and their podcasts are so long that it usually takes me like anywhere from a full trip to like a trip back and forth to almost 3. So it kind of evens out through the week, so I can get. I don't have to worry about like music getting boring to me. It's kind of weird.
So my main podcasts are the Sticky Show.
Sticky Show. What's that about?
It's just Steve and Nikki. They're married now. They are like actors, hosts type people, and they just have incredible chemistry and are very funny.
Okay, I enjoy that. I enjoy like just great conversation.
Yeah. Or actually, their podcast is technically called Shit They Don't Tell You.
Okay.
The Sticky Show is their YouTube show. I messed that up. So the podcast is supposed to be about things that, the world didn't tell you while you were growing up.
Yeah.
Because they're now in their 30s. They've learned a bunch of lessons and stuff.
So they're like around our age, kind of, so you can relate.
Well, they're certainly older than me.
Wait, how old are you?
24.
Oh, damn. Yo, I feel so old. I'm 27. Like, what?
Yeah, my other friends that I had last week were both 28.
Okay. All right.
Most of my friends are older than me.
Well, I mean, you don't come off like a young kid. Like you come off like
I've always come off older than my age.
Like you're a lot more mature than like I to be honest, I might like judged you if I knew you were 24 before like meeting you. It's like, oh god, this might be a little ditty bopper, but like you're mature for your age.
Yeah. So yeah, their show is pretty much a comedy show as far as I'm concerned. With some useful information in there, but it's mostly for the comedy.
Some useful, okay.
And then let's see. Corridor does a podcast as well, the Corridor Cast. It's not as regular. They don't really have a schedule. They kind of just do it when they have time to do it. Unfortunately, I wish they had a schedule because they're pretty good. And then, there's a new podcast called Hey Bitch, which is pretty funny.
Okay. All right.
And that one's the JK girls, like the Just Kidding Films, Just Kidding Party channels.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you might have heard of them. Yeah. I don't know if you watch much of them. I never watched any of the JK Film stuff, but I got into the JK Party stuff.
Yeah.
They just, they play party games. A bunch of friends, like actors, hosts, play party games. And they have like a crew to film it and edit it and stuff. They're pretty good, pretty high quality stuff.
What's up?
So the girls started a podcast, or a number of them, not all of them, but most of them, and they rotate out. So there's 4 of them per episode.
Okay. Oh, okay. So what? So wait, how many girls are there?
Like 7 or 8,
and so it's only 4 per pod because like
4 per episode, and they just rotate.
7 would be kind of a lot to like have.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Yeah. The first episode had all of them, and it was quite a bit.
14 hours later, it's like
So it's actually mainly a woman directed podcast. That's by women, obviously, but it's fun. It's fun to watch.
Oh, for sure, because that's
nonetheless.
I like the Polygon Show because it's 4. Well, it was weird enough. Actually, let me dial back. Gamertag Radio is 2 guys now. It's weird. In the same month,
they both lost one.
They both lost one. I was like, it was last month, and I was so upset. I'm just like, what? What do you mean? Like, I was like, I don't know, man. It was unfortunate. That's because like they come back from E3 coverage and like they're like, oh, we got an announcement to make the Gamertag Radio, and Pete, he's like, I'm moving to Europe, so I'm not gonna be on the podcast. I was like, no. I mean, he's still like active in like the Discords and like Twitter and all that stuff, but he's on the podcast. And then Ashley O from the Polygon show, they eliminated her position because she was social media manager or something like that. So she's on the show anymore. It was like the same month. I was like, it went from 1 week this happened to the very next week, and I'm like, are you serious? Like my whole dynamic has changed. I've listened to these people for 2 years, and now it's just like, it's unfortunate. But hopefully the best two of them. Maybe they do a podcast together.
Yeah,
the Pete and Ashley show.
I had that would be hilarious. I had another one that I listened to for a little while. I haven't in a while. It's Steve Zaragoza and Mike Falzone, who both work at SourceFed.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Okay, I know the name Steve Zaragoza. I cannot put a face to it right now. It's bothering me. Like I know who Steve Zaragoza.
Oh, you're gonna recognize his face. Look him up. You're gonna recognize the face instantly. He's very funny. Mike is very funny too. So it's just basically two comedians doing comedy podcasts. And they have sponsors, but they do the ad reads like really ridiculously. Or at least when I watch, I assume they're still doing it because this is their style. But their ad reads are just nuts. They're like basically making. It depends. It's always unique, which is part of the reason why it's actually interesting.
Yeah,
it's like the only sponsorships I'd actually listen to.
Really?
Yeah.
So is it okay? So is it something that you'd actually get, or is it just because like
no? I'd listen to them talk about it.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, I usually just skip past them.
Oh, so you're just you know what? I never do because
I'm not listening in cars, which is why I can do it.
Well, no, I mean I can like because I have like the whole like hands free. Spotify has like this car mode thing to where like it makes like super big buttons.
Oh,
so you just like press the like plus 15 seconds.
Okay.
Most podcasts I do. These two I don't because just the way they like describe it, like I would hear it for like the 10th time and just be like, yo, like it's whatever, you know?
That's what I mean is when you really imbue it with some personality.
Yeah.
It can be fun. But so far, the Steve Zaragoza Falzone's podcast is the only one that I actually would listen to.
Yeah.
Sponsorships. Everyone else I skip it. Because I usually just listen to it while I'm like programming. You know?
Okay. So I got so you're was like and you just back to it. Like you just okay.
And just skip forward 30 seconds a couple times.
Yeah, I got you.
Even Sticky Show, I listen to it sometimes. Or shit, they don't tell you. Because they're very funny too. And they personalize it.
I think it's kind of weird because like podcasts have been around for a while now. But like,
yeah,
I don't want to say they're now gaining traction, but like,
I think it's fair to say the last like 3-4 years.
They're really like, they're picking up. Like a lot of people are like, some of my favorite YouTube content creators that like just did gaming videos right now. Like Nate, I don't know if you know who Nate Shot is. You heard of Optic Gaming? Any of that?
Yeah.
So Nate Shot was like literally the poster.
Call of Duty?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Okay. The name sounded familiar. I know Optic. I watched Dota professionally.
Okay, so
they had a team for a minute.
Okay, I got you. Okay. So you got the feel for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nate Shot was like the face of Optic for a couple of years.
I'm pretty sure I like read some news articles with his name, which is why I recognized it.
He's probably the most famous esports player as of right now. And so like he started a podcast with like another buddy of his, and like I like the podcast that like I can like get into, like I know exactly what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like this, like they're hungry for it, like I'm hungry for it.
Yeah.
And just like it's more like I think like they figured out a way to like monetize podcasts in a way to where it feels like you're not being like an ads not being read to you, and more so you're just like, oh, this is cool, you're recommending me something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're getting paid for it, but like I don't care. Like,
well, they also have time,
so
they can really get into it and customize it more because they're not trying to fit it into 15 seconds.
Yeah,
so that helps.
Yeah,
podcasts have really blown up mostly because they can actually make money.
Yeah,
for these people who have an established brand. Like if you take the Hey Bitch podcast, for instance, it's a spin-off of a very big brand at the end of the day.
What's the main brand?
JK.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
So even though JK Films is basically dead, And it's just JK News and JK Parties. The only thing allowed. I don't even watch JK News.
It's currently sleeping. Okay, it's not dead yet.
Okay,
It's coming back.
Sorry,
Okay.
it's in a coma temporarily.
Temporary.
Even still, the audience between those two channels is really large, and their individual audiences, because they've all like built personal brands off the back of this, are pretty large. So they started with a pretty big opening.
Yeah.
And as a result, they had sponsors lined up right away, they had everything set up, so they could actually make money from day one.
You see, that's the thing, because
yeah,
because the Nate Shaw show, like he got sponsored by Cash App.
Yeah.
First introductory episode, and like he's a big name Call of Duty player, and so he has connections. So like literally every single, like his first three guests were all just like one of the biggest or the biggest in their field.
Yeah.
So he went from like I think he had Valky Ray, who's like one of the biggest girl streamers on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pokimane was the second one. She's the biggest, and then they had Tim the Tatman, which is like probably like second or third.
Okay.
And like it was just like. And I like their format, because they do this whole set where they record, but they also have it like a YouTube video. So the way you want the content, like if you want to watch the video, you can. If you want to like listen on the podcast, you can. And they do it in such a way that if you listen to the podcast, they almost want to watch the video, because like they're like, oh man, too bad for the podcast people, because then they have like a screen up, and they're like, oh, look at this thing. It's like, oh, now I gotta go watch it on like. Getting the double.
I always watch the video. I have YouTube Red, so I don't have ads on it.
Yeah,
that's usually why I do it.
I'm thinking about making the switch, because I think there's a deal right now where YouTube Red you get.
It's YouTube Premium now.
Premium.
Yeah.
Oh, because like
same thing, but it just changed the name. It's so worth it, dude.
Because like there's so much stuff you get with it, like, and
it's so worth it just for the ads free.
Yeah,
it's worth it. But you can also rest assured that because part of your subscription is paid out to the people you watch.
Yeah.
Based on how much you watch them.
Oh, okay. So
it's proportionate. So like your watch time goes into the global pool of all the premium users.
And then divvies out.
That whole amount is just split out proportionately to how much
Netflix should do that. Like I don't think Netflix does. I think Netflix like don't they just like a flat fee, and then like
but Netflix is a curated content gallery.
Yeah.
So it kind of works in a different model. Because they just pay for content up front.
Yeah.
They don't pay per view.
Let's get into that. Actually, Netflix. All right. So Netflix versus Disney Plus. All right.
Okay.
I got some real like.
Wait, is Disney Plus out?
Nah, it comes out in a couple months.
Okay.
I have some real like.
Go for it.
Real.
We could do a solid 20 minutes at this point.
Okay, perfect.
We're at just past an hour, so
okay. It's like I feel like it's been like 30 minutes.
Real fast.
Okay,
it doesn't feel like an hour to me. I wasn't even checking the time that often. I only looked like a few times.
You're like, oh snap!
And it's all of a sudden it's like 45. I was like, where did that happen? I
don't know. But no. So Disney Plus, they're pulling all their content from Netflix once this comes out. So that's one thing. Netflix is struggling. They are in so much debt right now.
Well, Netflix has been bleeding money by making content.
Yeah, but like it's
their actual like service is very profitable, but they are spending so much money making content to run that service.
I think they said something like this is the first, this year is the first I think the first quarter that they lost subscribers. So
could be. It's going to have to get more expensive, by the way.
I know. I mean, it's unfortunate, but
it has to. It's not financially sustainable at its current price.
It has to be like 15 or even more.
It's going to have to get to 20, 25.
But Disney has so much money though. Like it's just, and they're making original content and like,
but it'll be the same for Disney.
But that's the thing though. They're not paying. Well,
or it will be less because they'll have less content. The thing with Netflix is they have so much content and they cater to so many areas.
Yeah.
It has to be more expensive than it is now.
They're putting the whole backlog of Disney on this thing.
I know.
That's
but that only goes so far because once you've seen stuff, you're not going to necessarily watch it again.
Yeah. But then they have like all these new, like they're really doubling down on this like Marvel Phase 4. And like the live action shows that like you're actually getting the shows, like characters from the movies in the TV shows now. And that's like
okay, good, because that's what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to do.
Something you've never seen. It's just like, oh, my Lord, like
it's gonna be cool.
If
they start doing that stuff, I'll probably subscribe.
They got a crazy deal going right now. Like I'm not not sponsored clearly, but like
Mm-hmm.
they got a deal going on where it's like you pay the $15 or whatever it is a month for their premium package,
Mm-hmm.
and you get Hulu and I think ESPN for free with it.
Okay, I already have Hulu.
So like you can like
I have Hulu ads free. I buy ads free everything because I hate ads.
me too. Like I got the I got
It's just a time. It's a time thing for me.
yeah.
Like I really don't have time.
I want the
to
22-minute
watch
video.
ads.
I want the 22-minute video. I don't want the 30 minutes. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I don't have time to add 10% watch time.
Just for like stuff that I'm probably not gonna buy.
Yeah.
I mean,
And if you like average out the cost of like YouTube Red and for me, I watch so much YouTube. The actual like dollars per hour
probably they're losing
amount
money on
I'm
you.
saving is absurd.
They're probably losing money on you.
Probably.
They're probably like,
Well,
listen.
technically the way it's set up, I don't think they can actually lose money on any individual person
Yeah.
because there's no like hard numbers. It's all proportional.
Okay.
So it's a portion of your subscription goes into a big pool.
Yeah.
And the payout is 100% proportional.
So I mean, if you think about like if their model is like, all right, we get 50% off the top, and then
It's
depending
probably
on
something like that.
whatever is left out, like if you watched 10% this person, 10% that person, then that's how it divvies out.
Exactly.
I mean, that'd be perfect.
But it's all globally added up.
Yeah.
So they don't even do it out of your individual subscription.
Yeah.
Your watch time is added to everyone else's.
Okay, I got you.
And then the channel's total watch time between everyone who's a member is proportionally paid out to them.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
So worth it.
I think Netflix is not going to be the king much longer. I'd say 5 years.
I'd argue they're already not the king.
Really? You think so?
I think YouTube is the king. Well, YouTube is the king by watch time for sure.
Yeah. By watch time for sure. Yeah, like over everything, over Twitch, everything. Yeah. Like that's
Netflix is the king by bandwidth.
Because
they have higher quality
4K
video
videos, man.
that takes more bandwidth. It's not even they don't compress as hard as YouTube. So even like regular 1080p is going to be a bigger file size.
Yeah.
Through Netflix because it'll be less compressed.
I don't know. Like Disney Plus just seems like. I mean,
I don't think Disney Plus will overtake Netflix.
Not for if they were to, it'd be a while. It would take
a very long time. Netflix would have to make some serious mistakes. They'll be around and they'll be a big player for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because what most people don't understand is like audience is the number one factor for longevity.
Yeah, as long as you're growing. But like this is their first quarter that they're.
You don't even have to grow. They have a $100 million person audience or something.
I don't know, you should think about that. Like what's like this? Like
it's
$10 a month minimum.
It's huge. Their audience is nuts. It is ginormous.
They need to take a year off of adding new content and then just roll out what they have.
They can't.
No, I mean like okay, so like what all the deals that they already have set in play, they should probably like. I don't even know if they can because like think about it now. Like,
well, they're gonna do more and more original content and less licensed content.
Yeah,
in general,
makes sense. It makes sense. Like I mean,
because they have to create a reason for you to subscribe to them.
Yeah, because like why would I?
And exclusive content is the easiest way to do that.
Yeah,
but it's so expensive.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
It's so expensive to produce original content.
I mean, the CEO has to get his like 15 Lamborghini. Come on, we gotta set it up. You know, come on. What are you doing?
Yeah,
that's unfortunate though.
Yeah, they're riding on like 100%. They're riding on debt at the moment. You know, they've or credit rather.
Yeah,
they have loaned a very large amount. Last year they loaned like $1 billion from several banks. $1 billion with a B.
I mean, they could,
and that's all to produce Netflix original content.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean,
100%
at this point in time, what they need to do is figure out a way to like monetize. Like, they need to like really just hardcore. Like, hey, get your oranges to do black cups. Hey, get this. Like, they do like.
They just need to raise their price by 50 cents per month every 6 months for the next 5 years.
Nah. I mean, okay, 20
that's what they have to do.
It's
okay. What is it's like $12 a month right now, right?
It's like $12.99, yeah.
12 or 13. Okay, 13. Do you really think a lot of people would leave over it becoming $13.50
They
or $14?
so it's funny you say that.
I don't think so.
Philip DeFranco does every time they raise their prices, he does like he searches like the analytics, and so they lost like something like 10 million people when they last raised it. But I mean, 10
No
million.
way. 10 million?
10 million people.
Well, that's probably just people who didn't actually want the service anymore anyway, and they're just like, oh, okay, this is a good reminder for me to just cancel this finally.
It was like it might have been less, but like it was a substantial amount of people that they lost. But like he did the math,
Yikes.
and it was like
it can't be that much. Their whole audience
maybe it
is
was
like
less.
100 million.
Maybe it was less. Maybe it was like
It might be a little more than that.
maybe like a million. I don't know. When I heard the number, I was like, oh man, that's unfortunate. But like he did the math. And he's like,
I could see $1 million.
with this dollar raise or whatever it was last time, it's like
They're still making
they
money.
made more
Yeah.
than what they made
Making
last
a
month,
lot
even
more.
with the people that lost. So
And they're gonna have to do it.
it's coming full circle. That's what's happening. It's
That's the
like,
thing.
hey, cut your cords. Why pay $50 a month for cable when you can, come?
Well,
here
and it's not
yeah.
going to be $50.
Well, no, yeah,
It's going to end up being 20,
maybe
or 25.
Yeah, half.
Or
I mean,
like someone's told, like, well, cable it's not even 50. It's like 150.
yeah,
You take out the introductory deal because that doesn't count.
maybe like
It
$80.
gets up to like
90
150.
bucks, yeah,
So people's overall streaming budget between several services
it's probably equal.
is it's not gonna equal. It's gonna be less. It's gonna land in like the 50 to 75, maybe 100 range for someone who has a lot.
I don't know because right now I have Hulu, Netflix.
I'm at like 57,
I think I'm at
a
50.
month.
Yeah, because I got Hulu,
And
Netflix.
and I am using my brother's Netflix account.
I'll see. That's
So
the
I'm
thing.
not paying for that.
I'm using
I also don't watch that much Netflix.
I'm using my T-Mobile. T-Mobile has a deal where if you have a family plan, you get Netflix for free, and then if you want to upgrade, because I have to upgrade to the ad, not the ad free, but the 4 screens or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's $3 a month. So I actually pay $3 a month for Netflix because it's included with my T-Mobile
Nice.
family plan. So I don't know how that works out for them monetary wise, but
Well,
okay.
Netflix is just clearly making it's going to be less than a regular subscription, but they're making a cut from your phone bill.
Yeah. And then it's nice for me because I mean like $3 versus 13. I'm already paying. It's nothing extra.
Yeah.
So that's cool. What else?
I'm Spotify, YouTube Red.
Yeah.
I know it's YouTube Premium, but YouTube Red is so much cooler. I don't know why I changed it. And then Hulu without ads, and then my brother's Netflix account, and my mom's Amazon Prime account, but I barely use that.
I think Amazon Prime is my highest one, but I pay for Amazon Prime for Prime.
Oh, and the other one for me is AMC.
AMC.
Yeah.
Okay. How is that?
It's you've heard of Movie Pass, right?
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking.
So their setup is like Movie Pass, except there's no limits,
Really?
and it's $20 a month.
Really?
So $20 a month, and you can see 3 movies a week for free.
That's not bad.
And you can reserve it online for free.
Yeah, because that stupid what is it called? What's the fee they call it?
Like convenience
fee,
fee,
yeah.
Even they have like a more basic subscription. It's like $15 a year, so it's dead cheap.
A year?
Yes, and
Okay.
no convenience fees if you get that. That in and of itself is worth it.
But how many movies you see a month? It's like once a week, three a month. I'll think 3 a month. I wouldn't.
You have to see 2 to 3 a month to like quote unquote make money.
Yeah.
On your subscription.
But I mean, I'll just go and see. I mean, whatever. Like, let's go see. I have it.
It depends. It depends on the month. Like I think in what was the month that Spider-Man came out? June?
Yeah, I believe so. It was July, I think it was.
July?
Actually. Yeah.
In July, I think I saw like 5 movies.
So you
maybe
made,
6.
You made that in.
But then I've had months where I've had a few months where I saw 0 because I wasn't doing too great health wise. But
yeah.
And then somewhere it's like 1 or 2.
Yeah. But I mean, like AMC where I'm at, AMC 30 is like $15 a ticket.
Yeah.
So it's like I make it back like the second movie.
This AMC Awatuki here is maybe on average $10 a ticket.
Okay, that's not bad. That's better than mine. Yeah.
Maybe a little more if you're just seeing like evenings only or something.
Do you get the reclining chairs?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah, those are.
Yeah, no, it's I won't go to the movies unless it's a reclining, except for IMAX. I'll make an exception for IMAX.
Yeah.
Because they don't necessarily do that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's got to be a reclining chair, and I got to get the tickets in advance and have the best seats in the house.
middle, like middle, like
Middle.
middle. Yeah.
Well, actually, it's middle horizontally and then
Middle
like
vertical.
2/3 of the way to the back.
Yeah. You don't want to get
Generally
like,
speaking.
you don't want to be like that front row. On
But
the
it depends on the theater size. So I've now gone to this Awatuki location enough times that I have a very good idea of what the theaters actually are just based on the layout
yeah.
that I see on the screen. So if it's a smaller theater, I want to be right in the middle because of how they're built.
Yeah.
But if it's one of the bigger ones, if it's like the mid-size, I want to be like one row behind the middle.
Yeah.
And then if it's one of the big ones, you want to be closer to the back.
As middle. Yeah. Like that's you just have to. Like
Yeah.
I hate it when I get like the side. Like I get the middle, but then I get the side.
Oh, I won't do the side. Period. I won't do the side. I'll compromise a little bit on vertical, but I will never do the side.
Really? So you like if this is like you want to see this movie sold out and these are like the last seats for like a week.
No, I'll wait.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I'd wait.
I'll just wait.
I don't know.
If I really want to see it, I would have already got the tickets in advance when there was plenty of it.
probably would pre-order it from day one. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Man, and like there's so much stuff going on right now, like in the gaming world. Where are we at right now, time wise? I'm not trying to.
We're at an hour 19, but that includes some time before it actually started, so it's probably closer to an hour 15.
All right, last topic: Mixer versus Twitch.
I have not used Mixer, so I could not tell you.
All right, so I've used both.
And actually, your opinion is going to be more interesting because I don't really do much streaming anyway.
I've used both. Mixer has its clear advantages, and Mixer is in a very weird state because Microsoft owns them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like the biggest acquisition. Have you heard about the Ninja Switch?
No.
Okay, so biggest streamer on Twitch, Ninja,
Is it Mixer only?
is now Mixer only.
Oh shit!
Yo,
How much money do they pay him to do
Bro,
that?
listen, he
Talk about
his-
audience. That's a power of audience right there.
At
That dude
his-
probably made a 7-figure paycheck for that
at
move.
his height, he was like at 300,000 concurrent viewers. I'm like, how do you do that? Well, I mean, Drake, that's how you do that. But like, well, no, okay. Once again, the same situation. Hard work and preparation.
Mm-hmm. Plus Drake equals massive success.
Okay. I mean, Drake, aka the opportunity. But yeah, equals massive success. Like, but that was a big power play because like he's like, something's coming up. And like it was like the beginning, like August 1st, right? He did this so well. His first stream on Mixer was the highest stream Mixer ever seen.
Understandable.
It was like 60,000 people.
Wow.
Mixer made a deal with him where it's like the first 2 months, anyone on the platform or not on the platform gets 2 months subscription to him for free. 2 months subscription to him for free. Just
Jesus
Just
Christ.
like every single person on Mixer could have subscribed to Ninja if they wanted to.
Jesus Christ.
And then any person that wanted to sign up got it.
Wow. Like I said, I think he probably made a 7-figure paycheck for that move.
He's just released some other like stuff going on. He's partnered with Adidas.
I heard about that today.
I'm just like, what? I was like, yo,
someone told me about it.
This kid's making moves.
Friends.
This kid is like our dreams as a kid, like, well, my dreams as a kid, like being like, yo, I want to be a famous gamer. This he's living his best life, like for sure. For sure. Someone broke it down. This is a YouTuber I watched. His name is Harris Heller. He broke it down to where he's like, why is this a good thing? One, Twitch has been having a lot of issues where like they're showing favoritism to their bigger creators. Like this one guy, what's his name? Dr. Disrespect. I don't know if you heard of him.
I've heard the name.
He his first IRL stream was at E3 this year.
Okay.
And his cameraman stupidly followed him into the bathroom. 50,000 people in the bathroom. If this little boy that was using the urinal had turned around, yikes, right?
That's dumb.
I think got like I don't know if it's like a week ban, and like some people for like way lesser issues have gotten like months and permabans.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, when you're effectively financially invested, like, you can't. A month ban is going to hurt Twitch quite a bit.
Yeah.
For someone who's got a lot of following.
But sometimes, I mean, that's the thing. Like the little streamers, I mean, I'm kind of indifferent about it. I'm like, it happened, whatever. Like, I mean, it makes sense.
It's economics. There's nothing you can really do about it.
But like mid-tier to like higher level streamers are kind of upset about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I would be too if I was a mid tier guy with like 1,000 viewers regularly or 500 viewers regularly, yeah, I'd be pretty upset
It's like
because I know I would get hit a lot harder.
you get like a month done.
Yeah.
You might have to like get a job. Like this is your pay to pay. This could be some people just like I'm making ends meet with this, right?
It could straight ruin your setup. Yeah.
It's the weird situation. Another situation, this girl, it was like Alinity. That's her Twitch name. She threw her cat on stream.
Jesus.
Threw her cat. And like,
What?
I'm just like, wait, what? Like, so I watched the video. I'm like, this can't be right. Like, holds the cat in front of her in her gaming chair and like tosses it above her head because it was annoying her. And I'm like, that is crazy. No ban.
Wow.
No ban. She gets a lot of viewers, but no ban.
No ban for
and
animal
then
abuse.
Like during the time this was happening, like maybe a month ago, there was a lot of people just everything that Twitch posted, like, what are you gonna do about Lindy? Like it's like the horde attacks, right? And like that wasn't the only video. Like they have pictures of her, like they have videos of her like kicking her dog in the face. Like it's
Jesus.
like not okay. Not hard, but like it's still you shouldn't do it, right?
Even if taking out of context, it's still
it's still like terrible.
questionable.
Like it's like, what are you doing? Like
Yeah.
I mean, these poor animals, right? Nothing happened. And people are mad about that. It's bigger. Like you ever watch H3H3 Productions?
Yeah. They
have like a whole podcast on the Mixer Twitch Ninja situation, and they're like, we just had to go back to YouTube because working with Twitch employees was like hard. So they're just that was what they're getting at.
Yeah.
And so this is a big deal because Hair Seller is a YouTuber / streamer, and he broke it down really well. What is Twitch's what is Ninja's demographic? It's like the 9 to the 6 to like 13-year-olds, right?
Damn, that young?
Yeah, like that's his dude. Like Ninja's not selling me undies to like 27-year-olds. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get those Ninja underwear. Like it has to be little kids, right? You go into like Walmart now, you probably see like some Ninja merchandise.
Wait, who are his regular sponsors?
All gaming stuff. He has like this underwear line, like these like tidy whities. Like it's a whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of.
I'd have a hard time believing it's that young of an audience.
It's you got just watch a Ninja go into any event. Tons of little kids.
Like if I was MeUndies, I would not advertise to anyone under 25.
It would. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting.
That's a very adult product, and not in like it's not suitable for kids, but in like only adults would actually appreciate it.
It's like tidy whitey underwears, but for like I got listen. You remember your like Power Ranger underwear? Like as I had, like you were like, oh my god,
okay,
I'm the Red Ranger. Like I can see where they can like be like, yo,
okay,
this is untapped potential, right?
All right.
But I mean that's his main core. I mean he has like the 20, 30, maybe 30.
I mean it's Drake that blew up his stream, so you would imagine
he'd have
at least a good core chunk of his audience is in their 20s.
I mean, people that it might be people that are just like haters because like you always have like a large core of like haters, and he has a big reach. But the way Harris Heller put it down was he was like this makes sense for Twitch or not for Mixer. He's like, you have this small group of people, like these younger generations, 5-10 years. What do you want the demographic of your thing to be? Like 5-10 years from now, you got these kids that aren't invested in like, oh, I'm a Twitch streamer. Like it's hard for me to switch over to Mixer and do a stream and be like, I got to start over. But like, it might be the best deal. Like, cause you
might have more organic over there.
Give it 5 years, Mixer might be the spot. Like you're going to get to that age where like you kind of like outgrow Twitch. And
well, not just that, but I think in this particular case, you might get better, like I said, better organic on Mixer because there's probably less competition.
So much less. I'm thinking about it. I did a couple of streams. The quality's better. The latency's better. Like I can talk to somebody and it's not 15 seconds. It's like, hey, 5 seconds, like a second, 2 seconds later. It's almost instantaneous.
It's instant. Wow.
So I mean
the thing is, if
more people come on, then
not even just that, but like if you enjoy it and you do it, whether you have 5 or 2 people, I'd say you should probably try it. go for it. If it's a better platform, if you truly believe it's a better platform,
it's a better platform. It's just I feel like I'm betraying like the people that like watch me on Twitch. I was like, come over here. Like I just like it feels like it feels almost like shady. Like yo, come over to this other platform. Like
well, it's not like you're getting paid to do it.
True. I mean,
you'd be doing it because you believe it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the framing you'd use.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey guys, like I know you've been on Twitch, but like I think this is a better platform. I think it's the right move for me.
Yeah.
And if you like me and you want to watch me, come on over.
I'm thinking
if you don't care that much, then you probably weren't going to last that long anyway as an audience member.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
If they're not willing to just go to another website,
it's a small thing, but like
it's a pretty small. I mean, you guys are creating an account, so there's some friction, but like,
yeah,
it's minimal.
True. I yeah, you're right.
I'd do it if I were you. If I was in your position and I truly believe it was a better platform, I'd do it.
Long term, I think it's a better opportunity over there. So I've been doing like back and forth streams, kind of like I want to stream one game on this, one stream on that, and and it's equal. I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna stream over here on Twitch tomorrow, and then this day I'll stream over here on Mixer. You know, kind of just see how it goes. There's a dude that's pretty smart about it. He's an affiliate with Twitch, and so he streams on Mixer. And then all those free Amazon Prime subs that you can get for having Amazon Prime, his Mixer streamers goes over to his Twitch just to subscribe to him there to get the money for him over there, and they watch him on Mixer. It's like that's 10,000 IQ.
Yeah, I mean, doing both isn't a terrible idea, at least in the short run.
So I'm that's what I'm working on right now. I want to get into posting more videos. I have no videos on my YouTube right now because they're all private. Like 5 years ago private. I want the quality of my streams are better, so I want to start off with that. I mean, I might like unprivate them later, but so that's what I'm doing right now. Streaming, YouTube. Hopefully soon. I got majority of stuff I need. I just need to do like a slight computer upgrade, so we'll see. And then
what's your handle on Twitch/Mixer?
Twitch on Mixer JBlader154 JBlader 154. Jerome Blades, Jay Blader, my middle name. Name. YouTube, Jay Blader 154. Twitter, Jay Blader 154.
Okay, consistency.
Xbox, PlayStation, Jay Blader 154.
Appreciate it.
Origin, Steam, same thing. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't have quite the same consistency with my handles.
It was just like, this is, I have this name.
I have just @MillenSing at most places because my name's pretty unique.
Yeah.
But on Twitter, for instance, it's @MillenTweets. And it really bothers me because someone has @MillenSing and I want to just choke them out and deactivate their account so I can take it.
I don't condone violence. Yo, I mean, sometimes you got to put a little cash in. Like, yo, I'll give you $100, change your name.
Yeah.
It's like, I bet, like, whatever. He might just like add an extra L in there or something, you know, whatever, you know.
Yeah, you know, and I'll be doing @SpyFy stuff anyway, so.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, drive the traffic there, then you just in your bio drive the traffic to your actual Millen tweets, you know.
Yeah.
Merch.
All right. Well, let's call this one.
All right. Yeah, it's going.
We're at I don't know, hour 25, hour 27, something like that.
That's all good.
Yeah. I would guess that's pretty solid.
All right.
This might be the normal length because an hour feels too short.
Yeah, because I felt like an hour. If we stopped at an hour,
an hour
there's so
flew
much
by.
Yeah,
it just flew by. It was just gone.
Yeah,
just like done.
And then like the last 30 minutes seemed like it kind of lingered, so it was interesting. Well, I guess we're more time conscious at that time.
Yeah, I think it's just it just felt longer because we knew we had hit an hour.
It's like, oh snap! It's like this is it. We're almost done. Goodness gracious, we need to let me get 2 more topics in there real quick.
Yeah, I know. Okay, wait. Last question.
Yep.
This is a real quick one.
Okay.
You are into Marvel, right?
Yes.
Fairly into it?
100%. Okay.
Into the comics, that is?
Seen every movie.
Okay.
You're going to be mad at me.
I have too, but
except for Far From Home.
All right.
And Iron Man 3. I know.
Okay.
I know.
They're both pretty good.
Yeah. So I need to see
I like Iron Man 3 more than most people did.
I want to see it because I was like, why am I finishing Endgame and like I haven't seen Iron Man 3?
Well, it has no relevance to the Infinity War plot at all, but
yeah. But I mean,
it's just a fun movie.
Yeah, it's like I got to see it. So I've seen every movie except for.
Okay, so you're into it.
Yeah.
I need to have you and Frank do a podcast, I think.
All right, bet. Like, I mean, I think
That's going to be fun.
From what I'm hearing, Frank knows a lot more than me, though.
Jesus. He's a fan. He should be working for Disney.
I'm a little intimidated, you know? Like, I mean,
it's a crime that he's not working for Disney.
I think it's a crime that I'm not working for Samsung because, like,
okay,
I upgrade every year.
Fair enough.
Every year, it's like it's. I want to be that Apple user for Samsung. Like, I want the whole ecosystem. This year, they finally like did it. They got like the watch, the laptop, the phone, the earbuds.
And when they announce Samsung OS, you're going to be all about it.
I'm crying myself to sleep. My life is complete.
Okay, I'm not going to get into it because we're out of time.
I know. All right, we'll
all right.
set for another show.
This is great, man. We'll set up another one for sure.
Oh, for sure, man.
All right, until next time. Thank you for listening to the SpyFy After Dark podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, maybe consider rating or subscribing on whatever platform you're on. We'd really appreciate it. Next week, I have my friend Jimmy on for a special political episode. If you'd like to be notified of when that happens, you can follow me on Twitter at @MillanTweets. That's MILLAN tweets. Thanks for listening. Until next week.